Hello snowboarders of the internet, I am your host TC and this is Top 5s, the only weekly top 5 show in snowboarding that you come to see which boards are going to have you winning your side bets and just cruising the mountain. On today's episode we are going to be talking about the top 5 best boards for bank slaloms and cruisey carving of the 25-26 season. If you're interested in any of these boards that I mentioned, go ahead and click those affiliate links down below in the description, and that way you don't have to go searching the internet for yourself. Number 5 is the Korua Pencil. This board is so much fun to just cruise carve around really, and it'll handle those banks nice for you. So really what you're going to be doing or looking for on this board is just riding it from the center to that back foot. That's where this board really excels, is really all that power coming from your back foot. You don't have to use that whole contact point and always working super hard to get this thing to engage. It gets over nice and fast for you without any actual effort, I would say, where it's not a super hard board to really get on and figure it out. It takes a lap or two and it's all good to go. But the nice thing about this board is it just stays just pretty much fast throughout the turn. So you can just load it up, use that tail for power, and spring yourself into the next one. Now it's not gonna be the dampest board out there, but when you're cruisy carving, that's honestly kind of a little bit better, just because you want to know what you're going over. If you're just kind of keeping it mellow and cruising, you want to know when you're going over all that ice and all that crud, just so you know what to expect. Number 4 is the Gnu Gremlin. This board is so much fun. It's definitely on the more aggressive side of this whole list, just because you can ride it from contact point to contact point. You don't strictly have to shift that weight back and just ride it off the back foot. But what's really nice about this board is how stable it is. So when you are going through all those ruts and that sort of thing in the bank slalom, you don't have to worry about just absolutely getting bucked around every which way. It also is on the damper side of things, so as you're just hauling ass going through those banks, you're not gonna just chatter your face off completely and you'll have a nice smooth ride there. Now it is gonna be a little bit more aggressive than a lot of the things on this list, but it's still a great board and it does have the width that you're looking for, so you don't really have to worry about booting out or anything like that. Number 3 is the Arbor Padre. This board can be just absolutely carved super hard, or you can keep it mellow. It's really up to you. When you're on those mellow carves, just not really putting a lot of power to the board, you'll feel that grip tech engage, where you don't have to put a lot of power down, you'll just feel those contact points gripping in and really holding you. Now I will say there is a little bit of a drawback on this board. When you're on those sheets of ice, you're gonna have to put a little bit more power down, where you initiate that turn on the front foot, and then as you're getting into it, really to the apex of the turn, you shift your weight back to the tail. Now it kind of sounds like a lot right now, but after you start riding it, you'll figure out pretty much how it exactly turns. If you need a little bit more information on this, Avran made a great video with pretty much just the board there, so you don't really have to worry about just trying to figure it out for yourself without all that extra information. This thing does absolutely crush it though, so you don't really have to worry about really anything when you're out there, just having a good time. While I have you here, guys, you might as well like, subscribe, click that bell, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our scheduled programming. Number 2 is the Nidecker Mosquito. Now I know a lot of you guys here in the US aren't super familiar with how Nidecker boards ride, but trust me when I say this, I absolutely love them, and this board is no exception, where you pretty much ride about 25% on your front foot, 75% on your back, and if you just follow those guidelines right there, you're gonna be totally happy with this thing. It crushes those medium carves, and it has a nice big nose on it, so if you do come into some uneven terrain, you just know it's got you covered. It's gonna pop right over it. That tail wants to stay engaged, so you don't really have to worry about that. Yes, it will Eurocarve on the toe side and on the heel side. It does have enough power for that, even with that micro tail on it, but this thing is so much fun. I was supposed to ride a few boards this day when I actually rode this thing, and I just kind of stayed on this one because it pretty much how much I absolutely loved it. Get this thing on a wide open run and just watch it just swoop across and just have some of the funnest turns you possibly can. This board absolutely rips, has no reason to get off of the snow, and I'm 100% for it. Honorable mentions. Remember, these are all great options for having a cruisy carver or just ripping this thing through a bank slalom, they just were unable to crack our top 5. The first honorable mention is the Nerd Superposition. Now this board really doesn't fit with the rest of the boards in this category, just because this board kind of rides like a regular snowboard instead of having it be super directional with a really big fat soft nose and a stiff tail. This thing's just pretty much like what your standard snowboard flex like nice and even from the nose to the tail. You just can slide that foot back and just have it nice and swoopy without any worries there. The main thing about this board is how damp it is. So even when you're going over all of that uneven terrain, it's not gonna send those vibrations through, so you can ride a little bit longer and a little bit faster. The second honorable mention is going to be the Ride Peace Seeker. This board is a lot of fun. It's been on the list before. We both really like it. And I mean, this thing is all power when it comes to the tail, and it's all play when it comes to the nose. But that's not a bad thing whatsoever, especially if you're in that soft snow with that narrower tail on it. It allows that nose to pop up and just stay nice and stable. You might feel it kind of buckle a little bit when you're going over moguls or just ruts, but that tail wants to stay in contact with the snow the whole time, and you're not gonna lose your edge with it unless you're really doing something wrong. But this board is super fun, super fast, and I mean, Ride's just done a great job on this thing since it came out. And the final honorable mention is the Stranda Biru. This board is pretty much just what you think of when you think of a Cruisey Carver. You're not just charging absolutely hard on this thing, you're keeping it nice and relaxed, looking for those pow stashes, and pretty much just trying to keep that power on the back foot of this board. It will hit those medium carves and those larger carves, but it's just really fun to keep it at those lower speeds and just absolutely try to hammer a turn on it. Now it will bank slalom with the best of them. You just kind of have to know what to do there, and I mean, since it has such a big nose, you don't have to worry about getting rutted out or having it dig in too much or getting that toe or that heel bite. It doesn't ride like that. It's just got a nice smooth ride. Remember, these are all great viable options. They just weren't able to crack our top 5 this year. If you're looking for another way to get involved in the Angry Snowboarder community, head on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. What is it, you might ask? Sure, I could explain it here, but we have a great video over there getting into it really in depth. And the #1 Cruisey Carver board / bank slalom board of the 25-26 season is the Jones Freecarver 6000. I mean, it's in the name. This board is so much fun, and some people I've seen, they get a little bit scared of it just because of its pretty much camber profile from being camber from contact point to contact point, and it looks aggressive to the just untrained eye. But as you get on this thing, you'll notice that biax glass in it just kind of keeps it nice and soft and a little bit more playful as opposed to that 9000. This thing really just maneuvers extremely well, where you can still foot steer it with zero issues. Even though it's a little bit on that wider side, it has zero problems there. You can charge on it, but you can also just take a few laps off on it. Just keep it nice and mellow and just keep it nice and cruisy. But because of the side cut on this board, it does carve really hard, and you can just make the tightest carves with it. So whether you want to actually carve hard or just kind of point it and keep it moving fast without too much toe bite or heel bite or anything like that, really, this board will do it for you. Don't be scared because of that full camber in it. It's nice and mellow, and it's just super fun and smooth to ride. As always, guys, I've been your host, TC, and this has been the top 5 Cruisey Carver / bank slalom boards of the 25-26 season. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys are cruising or what you're going to use to beat your friends in those bank slaloms so you don't have to get a stupid tattoo or a stupid haircut.